Hotel suite. With a ding sound, Fu Nancheng's phone rang and Zhuxi sent him a WeChat message. Fu Nancheng smiled. It's not wrong to come back and explain now. Fu Nancheng clicked on it. Zhuxi, Fu Nancheng, I don't want to follow you anymore, let's end it. She ended their relationship. Do you want it to end now? If it ends, it ends. It was just for fun, you thought I would be serious? Fu Nancheng threw his phone on the coffee table, took a bottle of wine, and poured it into his mouth. Fu Nancheng's handsome face was cold as he took a sip of the liquor. The next day, CC. At this time, Zhuxi walked, but she was not alone. She was followed by Zhou Jin. Brother, why are you here at this time? I waited for you at the door for a while. Who is that? Zhuxi's boyfriend? Is her boyfriend so handsome? He is very rich, right? Look at his watch. Zhou Jin was handsome and gentle with an extraordinary demeanor. He walked along the way, and all the female colleagues of CC gathered around and talked about him. Su Qianru was frozen. She thought Zhuxi's boyfriend was a fat and unfashionable guy, but she didn't expect him to be such a top-grade guy. Zhuxi's boyfriend is such a top-notch guy? Are these men blind? As soon as he entered the office, Su Qianru greeted him. Su Qianru looked at Zhou Jin with admiration. Sir, are you Cece's boyfriend? Thank you for not minding her appearance and being willing to date Cece. As a friend, I am really happy for her. Zhou Jin glanced at Su Qianru and asked with interest, what does she look like? In my heart, Cece is a fairy. Also, save your time, there are not so many fools in the world. Su Qianru clenched her fist in anger, but she quickly thought of something. How can you be a big shot if you don't go to work in broad daylight? You still have the nerve to act like a big shot. You asked for this. Su Qianru secretly took a photo of Zhuxi and Zhou Jin and posted it on Weibo. Su Qianru thought about it and realized that if a grown man didn't go out to work in broad daylight, it meant that he didn't have any good job. Even if he was handsome, he was still the same kind of person as Zhuxi. She is here to lead the cyberbullying. Zhuxi took Zhou Jin into her office. Inside Zhuxi's office. As soon as he entered the office, Zhuxi said, Brother, you are known as a gentleman. Why is he so unkind this time? Zhuxi smiled helplessly, and Zhou Jin also laughed. You are laughing at me again. I am not gentle to everyone. I always have to see if the other person is worthy of me. As soon as he finished speaking, there was a rapid knocking sound. Enter, Zhuxi said. CC Director, Li Yang. Director Li immediately stepped forward and said breathlessly, Mr. Zhou, you and Miss Su have been hacked online. Zhou Jin lazily folded his arms across his chest. He looked up at Director Li and said, What's going on? An employee secretly took photos of the two of you and posted them online. Fans questioned Miss Su for bringing her boyfriend to work and even speculated on your identity. Zhuxi raised her willow-shaped eyebrows, walked in front of them, and looked at them with a pair of clear eyes. Let me see. Zhuxi took out his phone and opened Weibo. Perfumer Qianru posted, I finally met Cece's boyfriend. He is so handsome when he comes to work with her. Su Qianru's Weibo post became a trending topic within minutes, and her 8 million fans left messages one after another. It's Zhuxi again. Is the goddess close to her? No, can Cece bring her boyfriend to work? And doesn't her boyfriend have to go to work? Last time you said the man's identity was complicated, you were talking about his job, right? For example, he doesn't work during the day. This Zhuxi is so shameless that she even brought her boyfriend into CC. She treats CC as her home. I suggest CC fire this Zhuxi. Looking at these comments, Zhuxi frowned. Brother, it's Su Qianru. Her fans said I brought my boyfriend to work and caused trouble, and they wanted to fire me. Asking CC to fire King, this is the first time I have heard of this in all these years. I know you don't want to reveal your identity, so I'll go ahead and say it. At this time, Zhou Jin registered a personal account and posted a status. CC President Zhou Jin posted, Let me introduce, Cece is my girlfriend. Zhou Jin officially acknowledged Zhuxi as her boyfriend. Brother, you don't have to do this. I can... Shh, listen. That handsome guy just now is Mr. Joe? No wonder Zhuxi was arranged by King. You see, I just posted it and everyone knows about it. These people will just watch you and wait for you to make a mistake. The entire internet exploded, and the entire CC office exploded as well. Countless netizens rushed in to watch. Zhuxi came out of her office. What are you looking at? It's so interesting. Let me see it too. The CC staff immediately gossiped, their eyes wide in disbelief. They never expected that Zhuxi's boyfriend was actually a big boss. The internet was instantly in an uproar, and what was even more explosive was that another personal account was registered at the same time. Damn! Mr. Fu from Fu Group came out to refute the rumors. It's really Mr. Fu. Zhuxi clicked on this person and saw no introduction, only a name, Fu Nancheng. The same is true for the personal account registered by Zhou Jin. There is no introduction, only the name Zhou Jin. In fact, Fu Group and CC both have their own official accounts. This time, Fu Nancheng and Zhou Jin both left the company and registered their own personal accounts, which was also their first public appearance on social media. Someone immediately posted a status without any text, which was just a repost of Zhou Jin's post, "Let me introduce at CC my girlfriend," and then stamped it with a big red stamp, fake. Zhou Jin publicly revealed that he was Zhuxi's boyfriend, but was exposed as a fake by someone online. Fu Nancheng actually appeared on the internet and publicly exposed the fake news. Zhuxi didn't expect Fu Nancheng to show up. What was he doing? She sent him a message last night saying she was done with him, but he didn't reply. No reply means yes. Now that it's all over, what is he doing? In the office, Zhuxi raised her eyebrows and looked at Su Qianru. At this time, Su Qianru picked up her mobile phone and made a call. "I can't wait any longer. Call that person over to me before the end of get off work today at the latest." CC building entrance. Zhuxi's adoptive father, Li Chong. This Li Chong was ugly in appearance. He is a one-eyed man and his right eye was blinded by someone for some unknown reason. Zhuxi walked in the corridor, and at this time an acquaintance came towards her. Zhuxi looked up and saw her stepfather Li Chong coming. "What are you doing here?" Li Chong walked up to Zhuxi and looked her up and down with a vulgar and malicious look. Li Chong looked at Zhuxi's grown-up figure. The girl's curvy figure was graceful and exquisite, and her slender frame was a stunner no matter how you looked at her. He licked his lips and laughed softly. "I haven't seen you for many years. You have grown into a big girl, but your skin is still as smooth as when you were a child." Zhuxi had no expression. Her eyes were cold. "Shut up and stay away from me. Have you forgotten how you became blind?" Li Chong cursed. "I heard you hooked up with two big bosses. Why are you pretending to be innocent? I am your father. It is not right for you to not show any respect to me. Hurry up and give me money to spend." Li Chong asked for money. Zhuxi said, "I have no money. If you keep pestering me, I will call the police." "It is up to you." Li Chong smiled evilly. Seeing that Zhuxi was adamant, Li Chong was not in a hurry. He immediately opened his voice and shouted outside CC, "Everyone, please judge for yourself. My daughter, whom I raised, is unwilling to support me in my old age now that she has moved to a big city." The commotion here attracted many people and everyone gathered around. Li Chong squeezed out 2 tears and said sadly, "My health has not been good in the past 2 years. I was diagnosed with a terminal illness. My daughter doesn't want me anymore. What's the point of me living?" The onlookers were talking about it. Everyone accused Zhuxi. "Isn't that Zhuxi? She is Mr. Zhou's girlfriend, but she is still unwilling to provide for her father in his old age. She's not a good person to begin with. Isn't Mr. Fu of Fu's company also having an affair with her? She's two-timing." Su Qianru took out her phone and recorded everything that happened in front of her. Su Qianru was also watching. She was happier than anyone else to see Zhuxi's father from the countryside coming. She curled her red lips in satisfaction. "Zhuxi, you're done." Next episode preview. I didn't notice it for a moment, and it has grown so big. "Let Daddy take a look. You don't look like your mother's child. Your skin is so tender." No, the teacher said no. I shouldn't have sent you to school early. Your teacher is teaching you nonsense. I'm your father. What do you have to be afraid of?